Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to Marion K Tarot. I hope you're doing well. So this is going to be a week ahead reading for the week commencing the 21st of October to the 27th of October. Welcome to Scorpio season. Okay, I apologise. The lighting is a nightmare at the time I finished recording this. It's been a nightmare for the last few weeks. It just feels like whenever I choose to record, the sun decides to come out, which isn't a bad thing considering, we're at this time of year in Scotland. However, it is a bit of a nightmare when I'm trying to create content. So forgive my weird shaped shadowy face, okay? So this week we are in honour of Scorpio season, okay, we are using the Somnia Tarot. And and this is the original version by Nicholas Bruno. And I describe this tarot deck as if a tarot deck was a particular star sign, this deck would be a Scorpio. Okay, so that's why we're using it. And for the month of October, we have been honouring the fact that it's getting into the darker half of the year in the northern hemisphere, certainly, but the changing of the seasons, and I've been using decks that are a bit more, wee bit darker, wee bit what some people would call it the kind of spooky decks. I don't particularly like using that phrase, but what else can we use? It's a popular phrase. So that's just what we're going to use. So, as I say, we're going to use the Somnia Tarot. It is stunning. It is a photograph deck. Each image has basically been recreated in real life from the Rider-Waite-Smith. And I encourage you to check it out because it's stunning. Did I mention I love this deck? Okay, so let's see, 3 cards for the week ahead for the 21st to the 27th of October. And if there's any Scorpios watching this, drop a wee scorpion or the wee glyph for Scorpio in the comments, because I know I seem to attract Scorpios like nothing else. So if you're a Scorpio, drop a wee emoji, a wee Scorpio related emoji, okay? Right, let's see. Okay. Right, so incidentally, and you'll know if you've watched me for any length of time, I don't normally do this. I sometimes do it, but we have got the Fool at the bottom of the deck. And I'm feeling like that is quite important for some people to reach that stage of conclusion. And it's very apt for Scorpio season, because it is the, Scorpio's in charge of the underworld. Scorpio's that sign that isn't afraid to go deep, to go into the nitty gritty things. It's modern day ruler Pluto, traditional ruler being Mars. These are two planets that are not afraid. It's like Mars, it's just like God of War, just goes powering in there and starts a riot, basically, and not afraid to do so. But it's necessary sometimes, and it's more, it's different. Mars behaves differently in Scorpio than what it does in, say, for instance, its other sign of Aries. Mars in Scorpio is a bit more. It's a bit more calculating, I would suggest. It's a bit more strategic in its attack. It's more focused. And then Pluto, of course, god of the underworld. So, like things that are dying, things that are being left behind. Things that need to end in order for new things to come. So I think, we're in that kind of period. Okay, so into the actual cards themselves. We have got the King of Coins, so we've got the King of Pentacles here. We've then got the Five of Swords. And we've got the Four of Cups. Okay. So what's my opening gambit with these cards? I feel like this week we're going to be asked if our investments are strong enough to go through the next season. That's what it feels like with this King of Pentacles, right? Because King of Pentacles is all about having enough resources, being the person who's in charge, being the provider, being he's the bank manager. He's not just the bank manager, he's the CEO of the bank. There's nobody higher in the bank than the King of Pentacles. That's where his energy is. And remember, it can be male or female. So this week I would suggest to you, ask yourself, where are you either too much in charge or lacking in charge? I think it feels very polarised. I think some of you watching this, you will be absolutely in charge to a wee bit. The word tyrannical has just come into my head, so you might be a bit too much. The other side of the coin is there's somebody who is, or something that is taking control of you. It's unpleasant, however it's also an opportunity for you to stand up for yourself. That's what's coming through very, very strongly. In fact, it's just really strongly. So that can be a theme for this week. The Five of Swords indicates that there is a conflict here. It's quite dark. These cards are showing up as quite dark. It's showing us that there is a conflict involved, whether that is with another individual or with yourself. It can be a conflict to the mind because it is the Five of Swords. It's you reaching for that, that balance. It's reaching for that need to escape. Because think about it, after the Five of Swords we've got the Six of Swords, so that's that kind of a card to escaping our thoughts, escaping what has been going on previously. So if there's been like an overwhelming, even like an abundance of difficult thoughts and thoughts that are competing against each other, it's just a time where it's just been a bit too much. So it's time for this to end. Calling in that energy of Scorpio season, it's time for it to end. It's time for it to be deceased. Ultimately, what will happen as the outcome is this Four of Cups. So it's like you're kind of in this kind of melancholy state where you've been trying to balance things so much. Balance your emotions, balance your head, balance your heart. Perhaps that's where this conflict is coming from that I'm picking up on. It's maybe not anybody else at all. It's literally the conflict that you feel inside yourself. So take that help that's offered. You don't have to carry it all on your own shoulders like this individual in the card. There is help available and there is people who are willing to help. And by doing so, by following that advice, you will ultimately reach the Fool and you'll be able to start again. Okay, my loves. So it's not the easiest of weeks this week, but I think that it will be certainly something that you can grow from. Okay, so join me next week, and in the meantime, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, the details and links to my website are in the description box. Okay, and if you would if you fancy it, if you fancy subscribing, if you're not already subscribed, I would be so happy. Okay, because I'm trying to build up and get to 1,000 subscribers by January. So I think we're about 630. So help me out. Thank you. Right. Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.